What is MSG? The year was 1968, and Dr. Robert Ho Man Kwok was sick after eating dinner at a Chinese restaurant. He sent a letter to a prestigious medical journal, detailing his symptoms and pondering whether his illness had been caused by eating monosodium glutamate, a type of amino acid. MSG is an abbreviation for monosodium glutamate. The link between Kwok's headache and this common seasoning was discovered by him. It was just a hunch that Chinese cuisine would become popular in the United States. His letter, on the other hand, would have a profound impact on the world's relationship with MSG, causing international panic, promoting skewed science for the next 40 years, as well as sensationalist journalism. So, what is this mysterious seasoning? Where does it come from, and is it actually bad for you? There are only two molecules in MSG, glutamine and aspartic acid. Sodium, an essential nutrient, and glutamate, a ubiquitous amino acid found in a wide variety of plant and animal proteins, are two such nutrients. Glutamine is a vital component of our digestive, skeletal, and immune systems. Dr. Kwok's letter came at a time when it had been recognized as a vital aspect of our brain chemistry. Glutamate is a naturally occurring chemical in our bodies, but we can also get it through food. Mushrooms, cheese, tomatoes, and broth all have a savory flavor associated with it. A research by Dr. Ikeda Kikunae. As a result of a quest for this complex flavor, MSG was created in 1908. It was Dr. Ikeda Kikunae's goal to discover the chemical responsible for umami, which is a pleasant, salty taste. In modern-day life, umami is now considered one among the 5 fundamental flavors in the field of food chemistry. The unique molecular pathways that give rise to each individual basic taste are incomparable to any other known tastes. When we heat or ferment certain foods, we break down their proteins and release amino acids like glutamate, which are responsible for the umami flavor. Fortunately, Ikeda discovered a tasty shortcut to creating this chemistry. He invented a taste enhancer by extracting large amounts of glutamate from a bowl of noodle broth and combining it with another flavor enhancer like salt. It was a tremendous success. MSG was a common ingredient in many Asian households by the 1930s, and by the middle of the 20th century, it was used in commercial food production all over the world. Because of this, when Dr. Kwok's letter was made public, there was an immediate outpouring of disbelief. A scientific investigation into the popular additive was required by researchers and the general public. In other ways, this wasn't a bad thing at all. Toxicology tests had not been conducted on the chemical, and its health effects were unclear. However, it's likely that the letter's subject, Chinese restaurant syndrome, prompted many individuals to react rather than a lack of food safety regulations. Misconception about MSG. In spite of the widespread usage of MSG in a wide variety of dishes, many Americans harbored long-held misconceptions about Asian eating habits, regarding them as strange or even dangerous. As a result of these stereotypes, racially biased journalism was produced, and people were afraid to eat at Chinese restaurants for fear of becoming ill. Prejudiced reporting on MSG and umami investigations extended to numerous studies, the results of which were far from conclusive. When a 1969 study discovered that injecting mice with MSG caused serious damage to their retina and brain, numerous news outlets hurried to announce that consuming MSG could cause brain damage. As with the hypothesis that eating MSG could cause Alzheimer's disease, it was eventually shown that this disorder is caused by internal glutamate imbalances, not by eating too much of it. Prejudiced journalists didn't create these headlines. Chinese restaurant syndrome was also considered a valid medical condition by many doctors in the late 1960s and early 1970s. Final thoughts. Thanks to modern MSG experts, the addition is no longer seen in such a discriminatory light. Glutamate has been shown to play a critical part in human metabolism in recent studies, and some researchers believe MSG is a better option than fat and sodium. In addition, several researchers are looking into the possibility that MSG overconsumption causes symptoms such as nausea, dizziness, and headaches in some people. However, for the majority of customers, Adding a small quantity of this flavorful seasoning is a surefire method to up the flavor of their meal.